Hello, quilting friends. Happy Wednesday. Uh, I'm I'm here with you, but I'm not happy because I woke up sick this morning. I'm not really pleased about that. So, hello. Please leave me a comment when you get here so that I know that the comments work. I did log on because I don't have any expectation I'll be able to log on tomorrow because this is all getting worse. But I do have a lot to tell you today. So, but it'll be quick because I don't have much voice. I do, however, have tea, and that's lovely. And speaking of tea, I was out this morning. I had things to do as my life was going downhill. And I was like, I really need a cup of tea. So I was able to stop at Dunkin' Donuts to get a cup of tea, which I know you're supposed to get coffee and donuts there, but I got tea and a bagel. So I'm a really bad Dunkin' Donuts patron, I think. But I just need to have a shout out to Dunkin' Donuts, who made an epic cup of tea. I mean, it wasn't a great tea because it wasn't one of my teas. I'm a tea snob. It was just some plain black tea or whatever, their basic black tea, which was okay, but it was well done. The water was a great temperature. When you put in regular cream and sugar, that's the way apparently I like it. So I'm very pleased. Thank you, Dunkin' Donuts. Good job. Now I'm home with my own brands of tea that I like very much. Have a little froth on the top, a little bit of crunchy sugar. I forget what that's called. Turbinado sugar on it because I made myself a treat. So let's see. I have Ginny. Hi, Ginny. And I have Patty. Patty, nice to see you. And Diana, I hope I feel better soon too. Thanks. I woke up with a tickle, thought it would burn off throughout the day, and it's not. Things are going, so that's the way it's going to go. But in the happier news, I have 5 doctor's appointments over the next 2 days that I'm going to cancel. And they were spread out all over the place, tons of driving. So I'm really happy that I got some time back. Sadly, I'll be filling it with sleep rather than quilting. So what did I get new this week? I only got one thing that's new. I got my simple shapes for the Lori Holt quilt along. And this one is called Honeybee Garden. If you go to beinmybonnet.blogspot.com, that's where she has all the instructions for her new quilt along. I did start it because I bought them and I wanted to get started the day they came, because you have to start new things as soon as you get them, or else, some of the joy just fizzles out of it. And Lori Holt teaches her applique method with interfacing and machine stitching. And I'm a psycho, so I do it needle turn. So I started this one, and I'm allowing myself to do it to start this new one because I've finished a few things. But one thing I have to finish is my old Lori Holt quilt along. This is Bloom. Her instructions are still online. She keeps all of her instructions online. I do have the shapes for this, but I think I'm going to put them in my shop just to pass along to somebody. I have to put money on it just so that it covers the shipping, because I charge discounted shipping. Every time I ship something out, I lose money on it, and I'm fine with that. But I can't charge $0 for something and then pay for the shipping myself. So this is the quilt. I did this all hand applique, and it was all with a box. These are happy colors. So this isn't her fabric line. These are just fabrics that make me happy. And I still had that box of fabrics that make me happy, and that's what I'm making this next quilt out of. The deciding factor for me was her quilt has a bunch of 2.5-inch squares in it. And I don't know why that would be important to me. So let me just show you the quilt. Be in my bonnet. Here's the quilt. So I'll share that with you. Let me share screen. Here we go. So this is the quilt. So it has all of those applique blocks, and I'm starting with the one on the top left. That's the one I'm working on now. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, so it looks like it's 22 applique blocks with that big applique piece in the center, then a bunch of flying geese and a bunch of 2-inch squares. So that's going to be fun. The quilt is 72 by 86. I don't remember how big this one is, but this is one of the ones that I'm going to keep, or one of my grandchildren is going to have it, as well as this next one. So it's a happy day and a happy quilt. Exactly. And then I have a box of fabric that makes me happy, and they're just bright colors. I'm making the next one with the same bright colors on white, just because it's fun to work with these. So I love Lori Holt. I love her fabrics too, but I have fabric, so I'm using my fabrics. I do buy her shapes. These were, I think, $40 at Fat Quarter Shop, something like that. But I figure I'm worth $40. It's going to make me happy. Next week, I'll be talking to you from my sister's kitchen, because I have to kick this to go take care of my 86-year-old mother without getting her sick. But I'll be talking to you from when I'm going to care for my mom. And I may take just my box with me and my shapes, because this takes a long time, and that'll give me plenty of things to stitch while I'm there. So I was going to hopefully get this basted up, but I think I'm just going to sleep. I'll baste this up once I get back from mom's. I was really happy to be able to add a few things to my list. I forgot one in the living room. I picked up a baby sweater that I'm making for my grandson. So that's on my list of things that I'm making. I did finish quilting August's color block quilt. So I have to get that edited and online. And I did finish piecing and quilting my Aloha 5-0 mystery quilt. Now, there are shops across the country that are participating in Aloha 5-0. And I'm participating through Bits and Pieces. It's my friend's quilt shop in New Hampshire. She's BNP, the letters BNP, like Bits and Pieces, BNP Quilts. So I joined through her. I finished the quilt. I quilted it, and I'm really excited about the quilting. So I took my stencil and quilted down the middle of each block, and then I offset it and quilted down the corners of every block. So that video will be coming out as well. That one will be on YouTube. The one for color blocks will be in the color block class. I'm going to have to sit with my tea after I take a nap and do some editing and get that up for you. So I finished those two, starting that one. Other things that happened. Yesterday, I taught for Handy Quilter at prostitcher.com on their YouTube channel and on their Facebook channel. I think Facebook Live was only live, so you have to go over to YouTube if you want to watch the repeat of it. So for 4 Tuesdays starting yesterday, I'm teaching some basics of Pro Stitcher, and I'm teaching Pro Stitcher is the computerized component of a long arm. For Handy Quilter, for other brands as well. And I love teaching the software because I'm not a computer person. I have to work on that. So I teach at my speed and put that out, one video yesterday, tomorrow. I think next week, I think is going to be like align versus reposition. Another one's going to be knots, things like that. So I'll be doing some of that. Next week, when I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm going to be teaching in Glenshaw for the quilting needle. It's a quilt shop in Glenshaw, Pennsylvania. It happens to be halfway between my mother's house and my mother-in-law's house. And I teach there when I'm in town. I'm downloading a few things for you because I loaded up some pictures, but I didn't get them downloaded yet. So I'll be teaching home machine quilting there next week using a walking foot and using stencils. So I'm not sure if their event is full. But I look forward to meeting all of their quilters there. Let's see, Patty, how is my 3x5 card doing? I need plans to keep going. Okay, 3x5 card. So I finished a quilt, and I finished a scarf. So that took 2 off of my 10, and I added bloom here. I put the Lori Holt honeybee over on the quilt along. So this is my quilt along. And then I put my grandson's sweater on the back. My quilt along is Aloha 50. Let me get my marker so I can cross that off since that's done. And what else did I say I finished? Oh, so I have 3 finishes here. And I have not started Moda blockheads yet because I don't think that's going to happen. But my quilt alongs are Thrive, which is in my subscription box from Primitive Gatherings, Pumpkin Gatherings, which is from Primitive Gatherings, Unity, which is, wait for it, from Primitive Gatherings, and then the Lori Holt Honeybee. Lori Holt is another, again, absolute. I'm a huge fan of hers. Don't know her. I don't even think I've ever met her. I've met Lisa a couple times from Primitive Gatherings because I've been out there for retreats, seen her at Quilt Market, but I really don't think I've ever even shaken hands or said hi to Lori Holt. Just admire the tar out of her, as I do with Lisa Bonjean. The things I'm working on are on the quilt and knitting side is a snowball fight, a scrap quilt, a knitting my cardigan, which is over there, placemats, my English paper piecing placemats, a checkerboard quilt, a pumpkin quilt, lemon bars quilt. Those are all from a retreat I did recently, the dolphin fabric, and then that bloom and my grandson's quilt. So I'm still under 10 on this side, which is what I'm looking for. And as far as I think I have 4 in progress if I don't count blockheads in my quilt alongs. So I'm doing okay. That's how my card's going. I did pull up some photos for you. So let me open them up because I showed you the quilts really quick, but I did download some photos. And I'm clicking, and I'm clicking, and I'm clicking. Okay, now I'm back to you to share. I was doing the online teaching for Pro Stitcher yesterday, and they use a different software to interface. So it's always fun figuring out what the buttons are and what you're seeing versus what I'm showing and all of that. So yeah, for someone who's not good at computers, let's see, there's a question. Do I feel good crossing things off you are not going to finish? You feel guilty not finishing things. Well, I regret that I'm not going to my quilt guild tonight because I have 4 doctor's appointments, 3 tomorrow and 1 Friday that I'm just going to cancel when I'm done talking to you. And I'm not going to quilt guild tonight because I don't want to breathe on anybody. But I have a bag of things that I didn't want to finish that are going. So my goal is to get something out the door every time I go. So that'll just have to wait for next month because I'd love to give them things, but I don't want to give them whatever this is because I don't know what it is yet. I did just have a doctor appointment. I have a lot of things to check up on because I have various systems in my body that don't work. So I know for a fact I don't have a fever. They took my temperature. So far, we don't know what it is. My daughters and their baby were supposed to come this weekend. So now I have to offer them a hotel room if they come so that they can see my husband. Oh, well. Because I don't want to breathe on a 3-month-old who just rolled over. Let's see. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. Excuse me. So let me share some pictures with you of the things that I finished this week. We'll start here. So this is from Shining Brightly. I had a good book in my ears, so I did some continuous curve in the squares. I did some ribbon candy because, of course, I did some feathers, wrong way. I did some more feathers. I did some more feathers. And there's the whole quilt unedited. This is my Aloha 50 mystery quilt. As I was quilting it, I don't have a full picture of it yet because I take my best photos in the morning, and I didn't do morning this morning. I got up and had to run out the door for a couple things, and as I was gone, I realized today's just not going to be my day. And tomorrow's not looking so hot either. But cost of being alive in the world. So those are some of the things I finished. I have a 28-hour audiobook downloaded. I've been waiting for it at the library, so I'm pretty excited to have that. Um, and like I said, I had a doctor appointment today, and I got shot. I got a shot in my hand because I have a brutal trigger finger, and it's already lessening up nicely, which is good. So yay. I can even find things to celebrate on days where I feel absolutely like a steaming pile of poo. That I can move my hand better without my finger getting jammed in and causing a lot of pain. So there's some good news. Um, uh, Aside from the fact that I'm having a hard day, it's been a hard week for many people across the country. And I, too, have had a hard week. And quilting has helped. So quilting is really the best medicine. I just sit with a book and I listen to fantasy. I've read fantasy since I was a kid. So I'm listening to the Mistborn saga, chronicles, whatever, from Brandon Sanderson. I've read his Alcatraz and versus the Evil Librarians series. That's like a middle school, junior high series. There's a young adult series that's, I think it's called Steelheart. And the current one I'm listening to, this is the Mistborn saga, and it's called The Well of Ascension. I haven't really clicked into it yet. Because like yesterday I fell asleep right after work. Monday I fell asleep midday. So obviously I've been fighting this for a few days. But get in a good book, music, stupid TV show, get your head back in your happy place and remember the people that you love and that love you and treasure them. And try to find even the one good thing on a totally poopy day, which is, this is a personal poopy day that I just don't feel well, but my finger got shot and I have turbinado sugar on my tea. So those are my happies for today. You're now another happy for the day that I get to talk to you. So I'm really glad you're here. I'm sorry this was a bit of a downer, but I don't really have a lot of voice or energy right now because the couch is calling me. I have some quilts that you just saw that I will pile on top of myself and I will go take a really nice nap. But I hope you're having a good week. I hope you find some good in your week. If you're not, I will be back teaching Pro Stitcher on Tuesday at the Pro Stitcher YouTube page and Pro Stitcher Facebook page. It's archived on Pro Stitcher YouTube page. And then Wednesday, I'll be back to talk to you from my sister's kitchen with her dog. And I'll figure out what I'm taking with me, whether it's some English paper piecing or some applique or some knitting, because there's a nice knitting store near my mom's house, or something I pick up at the Quilting Needle when I go to visit them. So find some happy in your day, spread it around. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And until I see you again next Wednesday, since I'm teaching Tuesdays, next Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. New York time.